Welcome to Mojo Talks, where we explore the world through stories. I'm Mayur Channagere, visual storyteller and your host. Welcome back to the second part of my conversation with Harsha Shivakumar. In the last episode, we spoke about
School will be there. Office will be there. But Shivan Samudra won't be there again.
will not flow like
It won't flow. When it is flowing, you got to be there. Nature is there with you all the time. It's just that you have become oblivious to it. And I was standing there and saying, no chance, man. That will get like. But the voice behind me said, what the hell? You live only once. Go for it. That was her. Can there be a script for this? There can't be. But then you have to be ready to go with the script when it comes up. And that in a nutshell is biking. You should be ready to go at the drop of a hat. बढ़ता कारवां है, रुकता ये कहाँ, मंजिल जब सफर हो तो जाना है कहाँ.
And Harsha sir, welcome back. The conversation so far has been fantastic, and I want to slightly dwell into slightly different topics. Interestingly, this is something which I try to have a conversation with a lot of people. I would say in a way, first generation entrepreneur. The production house I started, have built, the team has been there with me for so many years. One thing that always kind of plays on my mind is, will this grow? Will the next generation take over? Do I have an answer? I don't know. But when I look at you, your father, and your daughters now, for 3 generations, you have carried that legacy.
To amplify what you said, if you remember that movie Untouchables, so Sean Connery and Kevin Costner are sitting in that church in New York, in Chicago, and talking to each other. He says, don't wonder what's going to happen. Don't want it to happen. Just watch what happens.
Yeah.
So like that, when my father started out in 69, I don't think he had a clue that in 2025, I'll still be around. When I started in 90, I had no clue that my daughter would be around. But you treat your daughter well, she will come to you. You treat your daughter like the friend that she deserves to be. She will come to you, she will respect you, and she will go forward with you. You treat her like a daughter.
No.
You can't control.
Correct.
You can't control it. Like, for instance, I have 2 daughters. One is 32. She'll be 32 next year, and the other one is 29. The older one is married. The younger one is not married. I have never asked my younger girl, when are you getting married? Because the moment she became 18, she's an adult.
Correct.
She has a right to take her decisions. Who am I to influence those decisions?
You can guide them.
No, I'm not going to guide them. If you come to me, I will guide you. Even with all my youngsters in the office, I will not tell you do something. I can only tell you, look, there is a road there. It's up to you to walk that road. I will not hold your hand. Hey, nobody's paying me to do it. And don't waste time on things for which you're not being paid. I'd rather be sitting on my motorcycle on top of Mullanagiri, enjoying myself. There is no need to do even one thing for which you're not being paid. Otherwise, that's the problem. We are doing things which are not within our purview. We want to control how that person behaves. We want to control how that person thinks. We want to control what that person eats. None of my business, boss. None of my business.
And that's taking up too much of mind space.
Yes, it takes up a lot of my energy. I come back, didn't listen to me, didn't do what I said. I also used to be like that, but slowly the realization came. I said I'd much rather be loafing.
But it's also important, especially when you have a very young team, right? To kind of, I wouldn't say control, but at least to be on top.
No, it's important to set an example. You can't be on top, you can't control, but you can set an example. Like I was that well-known ad man, Kakkar, Prahlad Kakkar. In one recent interview, he was saying, when they were doing ad films with Amitabh Bachchan, Bachchan would come 5 minutes before the shoot. And he said, man, that was so much of pressure on the entire unit.
Yeah.
This is not some bachu who's coming there. This is the top dog. And he's sitting 5 minutes before in full makeup with a newspaper in hand, and nobody is on set. So next day, if we knew Mr. Bachchan's shoot is there, we were all there 20 minutes before. Game has changed. See, Bachchan has not said a word, but he has kicked everybody's behind.
Led by example.
You want something done, you do it. If you want a particular software to be operated in a particular way, you learn the software. You want a site to be monitored in a particular way, you monitor it. Slowly, you'll find that your subordinates will also fall into place. It's an ethos that you create. You can't tell. Today's youngsters are too independent to listen. In our days, we used to get our asses kicked.
True.
My bosses would, we would get we would get benders with a scale. But today we can't do all that. Today we have to do.
And let them come.
And let them, if they don't, it's okay. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the way that cloth is cut. So leave it. The next one will come along.
You can lead by example, but at the same time, they should also have the discipline. That will come. With my age, with maturity,
And also it's like racehorses. Only the stallions will win. The tattoos will fall aside. If you put together, let's say 10 people in your office, only one racehorse. The other 9 are donkeys. And don't expect the donkeys to win.
to be in the race.
Yeah, don't expect the donkey to win. It will not. It will carry certain loads, it will carry certain weight, but don't expect it to win. One stallion will come along and you be proud of it. That is what all race owners, if you see stud farms also, they know. That one horse, like I remember I was designing a football academy for Mr. Dempo in Goa, the Dempo Football Academy. We had a hostel of 120 students, the academy of 120 students, in which there was only 90 students as hostel. So I asked Mr. Srinivas Dempo, I said, sir, how come only 90 people, but you're designing the academy for 120? He said, the other 30 come from the streets. These 90 fellows will pay for those 30 fellows' education. I will charge these guys. I will give them free education. I said, what's the funda between that, sir? What is that a CSR? He said, no. My Maradona will come from there. If I sell one fellow tomorrow to a European club, my entire academy becomes free. That was his thought process. So you see where the winners will come from and where the runners are. Hey, Carl Louis was not so great unless you had the other 8 runners. Running alone 10 seconds meant nothing.
Nothing unless you had
the other 8 donkeys running behind him. Usain Bolt was nothing till he, like when I was young, Vajramuni uncle would tell me, hey, Rajkumar, ಯಾಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸೋದು, ನಾನು ಅವನ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. How can you argue against that? I used to sit on Vajramuni uncle's lap and listen to these things. Hey, ಅವನು ಯಾಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣೋದು, ನಾನು ಅವನ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ.
I'll be very honest. I'm very envious of you.
In
a good way.
I was lucky. I was at the right place at the right time.
No, I mean, see, I'm glad, maybe at that point of time, it's Vajramani uncle, it's, Vishnuvardhan, it's Amrish uncle who was sitting there. They were like, you didn't know who they were or how great they were.
See, that's one thing which my father taught me. And I'm very grateful that he gave me that lesson. Even my father, he would never take himself seriously. I never took myself seriously. Like, I know all these people, so I have one big crown on my head. And I am still the same old useless bumpkin who absolutely runs around doing whatever he pleases. You see, it's very easy to get sucked into that world.
Correct.
And it's very difficult to
get out.
Just be yourself.
You can't breathe. You just can't breathe. I understand where you're coming from.
So when you say you're envious, to me, they were just people. They were very happy people. I remember during the making of Shankar Guru, I don't know if you remember this movie called Shankar Guru. This was the first time Rajkumar acted in a triple role. Father and 2 sons. This movie was shot in Kashmir. 1977, Amma she was also supposed to some scenes in Kashmir. So Dad and I went with her to Srinagar. And in our houseboat there used to be one actor called Yadakallu Guddada Mele Chandru.
Okay.
If you see his movies, also we shot Filey. And in our next houseboat, Tiger Prabhakar, Tugadipa Srinivas, Shakti Prasad, and Dinesh. The 4 villains in the movie were staying in our next houseboat. So every morning, these 3 fellows would come out. Tiger Prabhakar, Shakti Prasad, and Srinivas would come out, and Dinesh would be fast asleep. So the Galata would start on the veranda. And Dad and I would be sitting outside our houseboat and drinking tea. I was 10 years old, but I could see all this natak going on. And then all of us would get into one shikara and go to the main place, and then the shooting would go, and Dad and I would go away to see sightseeing because Amma would be acting. So these are the kind of times that we have seen, we have grown up to. But they were all normal people.
They didn't have the air. They didn't.
I don't know about today's cinema stars, but these were all very, very normal people. They were all friends of Appaji. They would all come home. We would all sit together. We would all have meals. We would go to their house. Their families and our families were very close friends. And it was very, very, it was completely normal. So it never seemed that, there is something phenomenal going on. Today, when you look back and you see what wonderful hits those movies became into and what wonderful songs that they produced, yes.
Yeah.
If I see something what happened 40 years ago in today's light, I'll probably be in wonderment. But in those days, it was pretty much par for the course.
And I guess it was that, you didn't know who they were. That made it even more pleasurable. And that's why you remember these memories. When you talk about it, you say, okay, these were the people who were there. And there's a personal connect.
Yes.
There's a personal story.
Yes.
The minute you put the labels, oh, I met this star. That's how it comes out.
Because they were not stars at that time. They were not. Yes, Mr. Rajkumar, Dr. Rajkumar was somebody very big. Mr. Vajramuni was somebody very big. But then they were very, very normal people. We have spent so much of nice time with Dr. Rajkumar's family. As dad, he was very fond of Dad. So he used to spend a lot of time with Dad. And I, as a small boy, would happily go and sit there. For me, he was just another uncle.
Yeah.
Okay, went and saw the movies, but then he was just another uncle.
And I also understand, I can really connect on this because we've been fortunate to have worked with some really big names. And not just me, the entire team, okay, X, Y, Z.
Yeah, when you sit down, let's say you were talking about Dr. Zakir Hussain the other time earlier, I'm sure he would have been a very normal person to talk to.
Right.
Hey, come here, sit down. I say, get some coffee. I say, he'll be like that. So where is the star? There is not.
We take it that way. So we are having a conversation. One we all appreciate is that when we are there to listen. You will not get a chance again like that to learn from them.
Yes.
Right? And normal conversation. But we've also seen where we have had interns or people who have worked with us. And we say, oh, by the way, we have so-and-so shoot coming, we are shooting so-and-so person. Or we have shot so-and-so person. And like, oh my God. And we're like, yeah, we've done this.
Correct. And after a certain period of time, when you start interacting with these so-called big people, it becomes, you are not phased. You are not phased. Tomorrow you meet somebody big, you also carry on.
But it is that attitude that has also, in a way, that I've seen is that I'm at least personally able to connect with them.
Very much.
And that has gone a much
Yes.
longer way because, today I don't want to take names, but there are people that I can reach out to when I need advice.
Correct.
Or if I don't need a counselor, if I'm mind effed, all I have to do is one message to this gentleman and say, can we have a chat? Wherever he is, he'll say, okay, what is it? Let's go.
See?
Right? And that's such a beautiful, that's more valuable than the selfies,
200%. 200%.
And I remember, I just want to share one instance. This was a couple of years back. We were shooting in Mumbai. It was one of those big corporate events that was happening, and Shan was performing. Performance done, backstage is going out, and there are all these people who are taking selfies, and he's getting irritated. So I'm walking by him. I'm not even shooting. I'm just right next to him. I was there, so I was just walking. I didn't ask him a single selfie. I didn't ask him anything. He's about to exit. He says, I've seen you shoot, and I've seen you, we walked for the last 5 minutes. Everyone was jumping and taking selfies. How come you haven't asked? I said, I don't want a selfie. What I want is 2 minutes. I just want to have a conversation and know who's Sean. Who's Shan? I just want to know. I mean, that's what I value more than the selfie.
Correct.
And Harsha, sir, you won't believe, I got 20 minutes me time with him, where we didn't talk music. We spoke about how his songs we grew up on and his sister Sagarika. And that is more valuable than that one selfie and, saying.
Very true. Very true.
And it's about life being simple. And you were talking about ROI. I think this has a better ROI than
100%.
anything else.
See, at the end of the day, if you are just yourself, 90% of the time it will work out. 90% of the time it will work out.
It's like that mobile phone that you buy that you were sharing earlier.
Yeah, I was telling your boys that earlier. What I do is, I have a certain value for everything.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that you have to pay more than that. So I have a small Samsung store in Indianness, which I go to once in 4 years, 5 years. Once I know my phone is slowing down, I take 20,000 rupees with me, cash. And I put on the counter and I tell them, look, this is the money I have. Give me your phone for this. And I know that Samsung has the entire range, right from 5,000 rupees to 2 lakhs of rupees, they have phones. So he will take out one box and say, sir, for this money, this is the phone I can give you. I quietly put it in my pocket and come. What GB it has, what MB it has, what RB it has, I am not bothered. Because for me, the phone does only 3 things. One is WhatsApp. Secondly, I make calls. Thirdly, I Instagram and Facebook, which I keep on bombarding people because I enjoy it. So apart from this, I don't do net banking. I don't have Paytm. My bank statements don't come on the phone. They come to the office by way of email. I'll see it on the computer. So the phone is nothing but just these 3 activities. And for that, I don't need ₹1.5 phone. It's a waste of money. I'd much rather put that on a better helmet or a better jacket, or I'd like to buy a new pair of riding shoes for myself. Yes, there a lot of money goes. It's I shouldn't say it, but a lot of money goes there. But this is unimportant.
Yeah. I mean, see, riding is one indulgence that you have. I know.
Yes.
I mean, music, food, everything. But riding, I would.
And recently, I've taken to cooking. Post-COVID, when I found the maids were becoming a nuisance. Because at the age at which I was, I lost a few friends to COVID. And friends of my age who got COVID and died. And I didn't want to become one of the statistics. So I fired all the maids at home. And then I said, hell with it. Let me learn what is so great about cooking. So many people can cook. Why can't I? And in the last 5 years, from making a cup of tea, today I can make a very good mutton biryani. And my main guinea pigs are my office kids, for whom they get free lunch. So they don't mind if it's this way or that. But of late, the smiles have been more than the frowns. So
that's a sign.
It's a good sign. Yesterday, in fact, I had made a good prawn gassi, which we had with some basmati rice. And they were very happy with what had turned up. Biryani I was struggling with because the water was becoming a issue. Either it was too dry or too wet. So the other day I made this layered biryani, which is the Hyderabad style, and it actually came out well. So I was walking 2 feet above the ground for the rest of the day when it came out well.
So that's on my list now to come and come and have that.
And I make a very mean pandi curry. I've got friends. I've got one friend who makes good akki roti, so he'll make the akki roti and bring. And I make very good Coorg style pandi curry, and 3-4 of us. That's the other thing which I thank God that He's still left me with an appetite. I can sit and bat.
See, but that's the point, right? What is the point of life if you can't enjoy a good meal, a good conversation?
But then, Mayur, a lot of people are not able to. My doctor has said, don't have red meat. My doctor has said, don't do this. Why do you go talk to the doctor? Yeah.
All the medical experts will not agree to that.
So, yeah, that's what I said. Touch wood, whoever is seeing this, touch wood, that I can still eat. I can still have a bat and finish one entire biryani without feeling it then after effects. Though, of late, what I have done is I have given up dinner.
Balance.
I stay to 2 meals in a day. So lunch and breakfast and lunch like this today. Prakash and I had quietly polished 1.5 dosas in
Wow,
the
in
Vidyarthi
Vidyarthi
Bhavan.
Bhavan.
Of course, first we added vada also. Started with a coffee, ended with a coffee. So and both of us were smirking away, saying, "Good, at least we can do this."
you're privileged to enjoy that.
Yes. So in Hyderabad there is a saying, "Buddhu ke upar Bhagwan hai." So is Buddhu ke upar definitely one Bhagwan hai.
You led a fabulous life. Career-wise, family-wise, professionally, everything. Is there something that if you were to change in your life, what would that be?
Not one damn thing.
No?
Not one damn thing. Only thing which I feel bad, very frivolous but very serious also, is when I get up and start singing in the morning, I don't hear Kishore Kumar. I hear myself. I feel very peeved at God that he gave Kishore Kumar the voice and he didn't give it to me. Apart from that, I have no regrets. I would love to get up in the morning and let fly in Kishore Kumar's voice, but that doesn't happen. You get this donkey singing.
See, that's another thing I share with you. I'm so, again, envious of people who can sing.
Yes.
I mean, imagine, it doesn't matter. You don't need a place. It doesn't get. You get that emotions. You can just sing and express it in that beautiful voice. Oh my!
Like I was reading the book by Gulzar. I actually met them. So if you see, he talks about the personalities who he interacted with in his career. Of course, Gulzar himself is a giant.
Correct.
Right from Bimal Rai to Rishikesh Mukherjee to Salil Chaudhary to Hemant Chattopadhyay, and he comes to Kishore Kumar. And what he talks about Kishore Kumar is hilarious. He says, there was once an episode where Kishore Kumar, producer, had insulted him earlier in his career. So when Kishore Kumar became a star, he went to him saying he wants to sing a song for his movie. He said, I will do it on one condition. You have to come to my house, dressed in a half pant and a jubba, with pan coming out of your stand on the table. I will also stand on another table and you have to give me the money. So when Bimal Rai got to hear about this, he said, Kishore, ye kaise pagalpan hai? So he said, Bimal, he came and did it. Now you tell me who's the idiot. So when you listen to lives people have led and the kind of things that they've pulled off, the audacity that they've had, you still feel that you have a lot of scope, boss. A lot of scope, boss. If he can do that, why can't I do something? No, you can't do all that, boss. It's not possible. See, you want to talk about golf. Golf and biking have one very interesting parallel, which I tell a lot of people. When you tee off on the first tee, till the 18th hole, there is no getting off. You are in it. It's like life. When you start your bike and leave on your journey, there is no getting off. Like the other day, when I 3 weeks back, when I left to Ooty, the previous evening I fell down in the kitchen. There was water, I didn't see. I slipped and fell and I hurt my behind very badly, but I didn't realize that I had hurt it so badly. So I took a painkiller in the night, went to sleep. Morning I applied some cream. I thought I'll be okay and sat on the bike and went off. When I started crossing the road humps in Bandipur, that's when the pain started escalating. By the time I reached the top of the hill, I could not put my foot down. This whole area had completely bruised and had become like one football at the back here. So I hobbled around for 2 days in Ooty and rode the bike back in the same condition. Now everybody said you should have left the. You don't. You don't. Like golf is also you don't. You might not be getting your tee shots. You might not be getting your chips. You might not be getting your putts. But you don't. You grind your way through that 18 holes of golf. And that's the parallel to life.
True.
Whether you're having a good game or whether you're having a bad game, you have to finish the 18 holes. You can't say after 6 holes, who will take you seriously after that?
Correct.
No point playing with that fellow, I say. Yeah. He's not serious about the game.
Parallel to life.
Parallel to life. Yeah. So, but I also have held, because I've played golf. I don't know if you know about handicapping system and all that. I've played golf to a fairly decent level. There is a lot of fun in winning when you're playing badly. Any donkey will play well and win. It's the clever ones who win when they're playing badly. And in life also, like, don't lament about your bad luck. Don't lament about your bad luck. You can easily go and make something good out of it. But you have to be clever. You have to be skilled. You have to be honest. It will come. The game will come. I've been writing a book. I've been compiling it. I think I shared it with you also. There is something which I call a default you. This is to all you youngsters who are sitting here. The default you is somebody who is quiet when everything is nice. And when something goes wrong, people say you should listen to yourself. You are the last fellow you want to talk to. The last bugger you want to talk to. But if you have been doing good things, if you have been keeping yourself, if you like music, if you like to read, if you like to eat, if you like to cook, if you are respectful to your elders, that default you will start coming out when things are going wrong. And that default you will guide you through the troubled times. The troubled times will come to everybody, boss.
Yeah. You can't avoid.
Nobody's like the teacher asked, Rama Maradinda Biddanu, Yav Kala Hel Magu. So the teacher said, Sir, Raman Ket Kala, sir. So like that, after that, what you do? The falling is there in part of everybody's life. What do you do? How do you get up? And how do you move on?
And what lessons you learned and how do you fix it?
Yes.
Simple.
The fix it comes from your default you. Because if you are somebody who's been drinking and smoking and getting high on pot in your good times, that will amplify. If you are somebody who listens to Bhimsen Joshi and has Vidyarthi Bhavan Dosa, that will amplify. If you are somebody who likes to go and sit with your Ajji and Ajji on ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಿಸಿ ಬೇಳೆ ಬಾತ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡು, that will amplify. It all depends on you. So feed that default you. When the times are good, it's like putting money in a bank account.
The interest will pay.
The interest will pay. And not only interest will pay, it will pay dividends. Big time it will pay. But feed that default you. When everything is going well, keep building that character. Little more, little higher. And then one day he will come and say, no son, this is how it is. Hold my hand. I'll take you back. True. Because life throws curveballs.
Because just today morning, I was just thinking about that. There is this, they say, oh, you're lucky. I believe everyone's got a quota of luck, bad luck, everything in life. And it's like that, the glass. Every time it keeps diminishing.
Like Sam Snead, the very famous golfer said, was a yesteryear golfer, the harder I practice, the luckier I get. So that you need to practice. You need to be on the game, on the ball, and do the good things. And there is no harm in doing good things.
And it doesn't cost you.
Doesn't cost you anything. Say good morning to people. When you're leaving, pat the watchman on his back and say thank you. It doesn't cost you anything. But I still remember when my mother passed away. She and my parents were separated. And she had lived alone for almost 15, 16 years of her life. And I always used to worry that she is lonely. Then I realized when she passed away, I was standing next to her body. The electrician, the KEB electrician, he came, stood at her feet and cried. The lady used to sweep the street. She came, stood at her feet and cried. The milk lady, she came, stood at her feet and cried. Then I realized she wasn't alone. These people are all with her. There was one State Bank of Mysore opposite her house where she used to have an account. That manager came. He caught hold of me and started crying. And then he said, "Sir, every morning I'd come and park my scooter. I took off my helmet. He had 3 hairs on his head. So he would take out his comb from the back and, do this. And she would stand on the other side of the road. Hey, bachkolo, yaro nodtar ninna, moor koodlna," she would say. And then he said, "Sir, ivad yaru helor ilvala, sir." So then I realized she touched all their lives and they touched her life. So she was not alone. There is no need for you to be alone. True. Get on with your office boy, get on with your driver, get on with your security man. Like I said, Abdul and Amma, Ramlingam, these are all people who are, they are your people. You don't need to go searching for relationships. They're all there in front of you. Just nurture them. Just talk to them. It's not as if you have to give them 500 rupees tip every time you see them. You just need a smile. Yenappa hegidiya, magaya aita, odid aita. He will be very happy. Correct. And when the son does well, he'll come and tell you, "Sir, 10th standard pass aito, sir." He'll come and tell you. Why? That joy you share with him.
What better thing?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And I have so many such friends all over. I have friends in Chikmagalur. I have people who work in Take 5. I have friends in Lali Institute. I have friends in Bandipur. I have, like you said, that Kanavali. Savji, that Ashoka fellow. I know him. Mallige Hotel in the Hospet. Mr. Sripada is a close friend of mine. That fellow who sits at the reception. When I go there, one big salute I'll get. Like 2 of my friends, they were riding faster than me, and so they reached the hotel first. Those fellows are saluted and, "Hey, Harsha, you're a VIP here." I said, "No, I'm not a VIP, Baba. They're all my friends." Yeah. Not that I give the 10 lakhs of rupees. No, I also give you what you only give. The only thing is that they have good feelings for me because I have taken the trouble to talk to them on a regular basis over the last several years.
You've given them something more, which is the smile.
Smile.
A genuine, heartfelt
So when
smile.
they know Harsha's friends have come, they've gone out of their way to make them comfortable, given them the rooms, the special rooms and all that. Okay. And it costs nothing. And I'm getting so much back in return.
And it will not just end with you. This goodwill will definitely carry forward to your children, to your extended. It will. I'm very confident.
Like my father was a similar man. I have a lot of his attitudes. I have a lot of his way he used to look at life. I've seen life through his eyes. And a lot of his older friends, when I was, "Hey, Shivakumar Magappa,"
Right? Yeah. I mean, I see that. Not that, my father was a businessman or anything, but he had a very similar attitude. Wherever he would go, he would smile, he would know the person's history sometimes better than them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And it's been almost more than a decade since he passed, but even today, whenever I go and all I have to say, I'm Ramurthi's son, Mayur Channagere from Davangere, there is someone or the other, "Oh, Rami Magana, come." And it doesn't end with me. That has happened with my daughter.
Yes.
And her classmate and my daughter is again like, I would say not just like me, but she's like my dad. You leave her in the remotest of areas, she'll find some connection somewhere.
Correct.
And she was able to, the classmate's father happened to be from Davangere, and she made the connection. And next time when they met, "Oh, you're Rami's granddaughter." That is much more valuable than whatever asset, money.
That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of life. And that makes life worth living.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what I feel, because you leave a 10 crores in the bank means nothing.
You're not taking it with you.
Like when my father in 1993 said, one day he came home, said, "You please stitch one suit." And what will I need a suit for? Because my marriage was still 6 months away. I said, "When the marriage comes in," "No, you stitch a suit." So I went and P.N. Rao, I remember on MG Road, went to P.N. Rao, got one nice suit stitched. "I'm taking you to Century Club for your interview." So he had paid 1,500 rupees. I got a membership for 1,500 rupees. Son of member. And then 1 week later, he got me a membership in BGC for 2,000 rupees. So I became member of 2 premier clubs for totally 3,500 rupees. But he said, I might not leave you a rupee. I might not leave you a square foot of property, but I'm giving you these two extremely precious things. Tomorrow people will be fighting for these, and let me tell you. And both of them were given within 1 week. Signed the forms and became member in both places. Of course, Dad was so handsome at that time. When I went to the interview, they said, please, that looks like your brother. That's not your father. Please prove that that's your father. So like that. But then when I started playing, now we talk about golf. When I started playing golf, I became fairly good at it. And KGA, Karnataka Golf Association, opened. It had opened in 76, but they got their new golf course and the new clubhouse and all that. And in, I think, 98, they had the first inter-club match between BGC versus KGA. So I went to play for BGC. And in 99, I applied for my KGA membership. In 93, I had become a member in 93, I had become a member in BGC. 99, I applied for KGA. And I had been playing as a single handicapper for that 6-7 years I had been playing. So in 2000, they said, we are opening a new... I got to play against the captain of KGA in the interclub match. And he asked me, how come you are not playing for KGA? Because they didn't have enough single handicappers on the rolls of KGA at that time. How come you are not playing for KGA? So I said, sir, I'm not a member of this club. He said, have you applied? I said, yes, I have applied about 4 months back. We'll do something about that. Because people who applied at that time got memberships 15 years, 16 years, 17 years later. I got a letter. 4 months later, 1 month later, I got a letter. We are opening this new category. Would you be interested in shifting your application from the general pool to this single handicap category pool? I said, yeah, no problem. So then I realized what my dad said. I took the membership. For me, that time also it was just routine. But then when my friend who had applied with me got a membership 15 years later, that's when I realized what my dad said. How precious what he's giving me was. And today, their KGA membership has become 50 lakhs.
Money aside, the membership to these clubs or even golf per se, as a game, is way beyond money. The kind of conversations, the kind of people you meet, the connects that you make are much more...
Don't start me on that, Mayur. I feel I have seen golf evolve. See, golf is essentially a game of... No, not gentlemen. Gentlemen, yes. But it's a self-regulatory game. There are no referees. There are no umpires. There is nobody watching you. You push the ball out of the rough. You may improve your lie. You move the ball here, do that. Nobody knows. It's just you and the game. When we played in 93, when I first started playing, it was very self-regulatory. I have known people who say, I have a penalty because the ball is rolled. Nobody has seen it. He doesn't have to tell anybody. But that was par for the course. Today, that has gone.
Okay.
Because society itself has stopped becoming self-regulatory.
True.
We take a chance on anything. Whereas in those days, it was far less... that was the exception.
Exception and ethics.
Ethics. Today, it's the rule. You're an idiot if you apply that penalty on yourself today. But that's the case. That's
unfortunate.
The case. I have clients, we put up a building, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಡ. ಈ ಸೆಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮೈಸ್.
ಬೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟು 2.25 ಮೀಟ್ರ್ 2.25 ಮೀಟ್ರ್ ಯಾಕೆ 3.25 ಮೀಟ್ರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ. These are all regular conversations I have. And I'm seeing it. I remember one house I built in Koramangala. We got a plan sanction. The client, I had discussed with the client, we got a plan sanction and everything was as per what the client wanted. All the design was done. And I made it a point to build the whole building as per the sanction plan. There was not even 1 millimeter deviation. Corporation fellow came. ಏನು ಸರ್ ಏನು ಡಿವಿಯೇಟೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ? What do you say? I said,
Loss of revenue for him.
no, see, that I can't say. But what I'm trying to say is, you see his astonishment. Now, he's gotten used to a society which is,
It's part and parcel. It's a way of
we lament Bangalore's infrastructure is crumbling. Who is responsible for it? We can't get old Bangalore back. If you talk about old architecture, you can't get it back. But within us, like you sometimes, there is a look on your face which shows nostalgia. There is a look in my face which shows nostalgia. Now, when you try to design, or rather when I try to design, if I can introduce certain elements which remind me of the past, which remind you of the past, it doesn't have to be overt. It can be very covert, very subconscious. But when you go, there are many times when you go and sit down in a room and you feel comfortable. Nobody knows why you feel comfortable. Food, we call comfort food. It's not comfort food, it's the space which makes you feel comfortable, which makes the food feel comfortable. So, this is something that I tried very hard to inculcate into my architecture. There is an Indianness to all of us. Sure, if I bring an Englishman, he'll be out of place. Sure, if I bring a German, he'll be out of place. But if I put Mayur there, he will be in place.
He'll feel at home.
Yes, he will feel at home. So that Indianness is something that I have been searching for through my travels. See, because I am one person, whether I'm an architect, whether I'm a golfer, whether I'm a musician, a music aficionado, whether I'm a biker, I am still the same person. I don't live these lives in compartments. But at the same time, when I travel, I might eat the food from the perspective of an architect. I might see the building from the perspective of a cook. I might play my game from the perspective of a biker. I might design from the perspective of something completely different. Yeah. So, if I can essay 4 or 5 roles at the same time, it's like I'm bringing 4 or 5 things to the table. It's not as if just one architect is sitting. A biker is sitting. A cook is sitting. A music aficionado is sitting. A golfer is sitting. So, I'm like an all-rounder. I perform so many roles at the same time. Because the mind, I can't control.
True. And it's that, right? I mean, there's this whole notion about, we can be only one. One person can't do multi-thing. It can't be cannot have multiple
Exactly.
aspects.
So when you pursue so many interesting vocations, it makes you also an interesting person.
And they all culminate into something or the other that...
And if to bring an anecdote, one day Akbar was sitting next to his child. And he was telling people, this is the most beautiful child in the world. Birbal said, sorry. Birbal, do you want to be killed? Akbar asked him. He said, no, Japana. But this is not the most beautiful child in the world. Which is the most beautiful child? Give me 3 days. I will show you the most beautiful child in the world. 3 days, Birbal disappeared from the court. Then he goes searching. One day he comes, Japana. Here, he gives him a rug. Both of them in mufti. They go to the smallest of streets in Agra. And there is one child sitting in the mud, completely covered in mud and playing in the sand. And Birbal says, look, this is the most beautiful child in the world. So Akbar says, have you lost your mind? He says, no. The mother comes out. Akbar loudly tells, how can you say this is the most beautiful child? The mother picks up the child to her bosom and says, have both of you lost your mind? This is the most beautiful child in the world. So Birbal says, Japana, it's not about the child. It's about the perspective. So like that, if you are a multi-dimensional personality, the client feels that you are the person. After that, whatever design you do is the best design.
It's the perception that
It's the perception that you have created. The design has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. Frank Lloyd Wright got away with some of the best designs. Oh, yes, he produced some of the best designs, but people believed him. People believed that he was the man for the job. It's not about me. It's about the client. The client has to believe that I can do it. Then and as long as the client thinks that that's the best design, I honestly don't care what anybody else thinks.
Because they are the ones who are...
Yes, they need to believe, they need to use, and they need to be happy using it. The one client once, I've been doing a college I started designing it in 2006, and it's still going on. His son has now come, he has become a director so son was in an open meeting. His son has told him, why don't we try another architect? This I heard from his PA. The main person said, look, doesn't matter. Whatever he has done has succeeded for us. I don't want another architect. He understands me. He delivers what I want. And I'm happy using those buildings. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You see how important that perception is.
The comfort.
The comfort. So, like that, you have to develop a personality which people will open up to, who people will warm up to. You can't be sitting on the top of the hill and saying, I'm alone in my principles.
It doesn't work.
On some levels, it might work.
Very few.
Very few. For that, you have to reach the pinnacle. Not everybody else, not journeyman like me. And truth to be told, I'm a journeyman.
I agree with you. I'd rather be that than sit on the top.
I'm a very happy journeyman who enjoys himself, who likes biking, who likes this, who likes that. And people see, and they also, yes, at 60 years, this fellow's out on his motorcycle. Good enough. Good enough. I don't have to win and run I don't want to win the New York Marathon. No, that's not for me. I don't want to win the Tour de France. No, that's not for me. But I'm a journeyman.
And I think at that note, Harsha sir, I think, that's a beautiful note. And I think that's probably how you will always be remembered. And that's exactly how I think all the people who have interacted with you would say that's who you are, a journeyman. And this was, I think, so when we started the conversation, or when the whole idea, we thought, okay, I had these questions, I said, okay, this is what we want to go. But for me, this conversation was an eye-opener, because I got to see a different side of who you are. And few I knew, but many more. But it was a fantastic life lesson. Life lesson from different aspects, how to see life, how to be that maverick that you are. And most importantly, I think for me personally, is live life. Just let go of everything, breathe the fresh air. And somewhere I had forgotten that. Thanks for reminding me that, and I'm sure everyone who's listening to this conversation will relate to 90% of the things that you spoke.
I hope so.
I'm sure. I mean, there were life lessons, there were management lessons, there were parenting lessons. Fantastic. And thank you for joining on this conversation.
Thank you very much.
Like I always keep saying, every conversation that I have with my guests is where I find my mojo. I hope you find a mojo too.